Hey up everybody, it's Johnny P, the Stonegate Success Coach. It's been a while, one of my ramblings from the Lexus, and I've been thinking this one through for a fair bit, to be honest with you, because it's been on my mind, but I just been trying to work out how to articulate it and actually what I've been seeing or experiencing recently. And a lot of this really is on social media and YouTube, and I started to realise that people are searching for things, and there's a lot of people out there giving advice, and rightly so. You know, people have found certain ways to help people, which is great, but we're searching for something and we get all this advice and we think that then it's going to be a instant, and we're looking for this instant fix sometimes, or this quick fix, which does happen sometimes. But I've really started to think about, okay, what's the long-term things that we can look to, that we can have forever, that we can become the foundations of ourselves. And it's interesting because there's so many different things out there that take our mind in certain directions, and then we get confused, and then we get frustrated why things don't work. And I started to really think about a concept that you could embrace, and this is down to yourself, and started to think, actually, you could have this for life, because I think this is a really important thing. And I started to think about this myself. What is it that I really want as a guiding kind of principle that will help me through life all the way to the end? And I started to think about this concept of duty. And it's a weird word, isn't it? Duty. About what is your duty. So it's duty to self. If you were to ask that question and get your pad out and say, what is the duty I have to myself? What would you start writing on that pad? So around duty of care to yourself might be around your health, your fitness, and your well-being. So now I started to use this word duty as a concept, as a guiding principle. And then I started thinking, okay, so duty to family. What is my duty to my family? So again, I started to write down some things on my pad, my thinking pad, as a guidance principle. And then duty to others. And you can start really thinking about different domains around what is my duty in those domains, to start to build a foundation, which then you can use every day. And the more important thing is, it can become a guide for the rest of your life, because it's then about bringing behaviors into your world. And again, your duty, I really think, if you're going to think about this concept of duty, is linked to your values. So again, a great question to ask is, what values do I want to live by? Start thinking that through. Is that about one of my key ones is personal responsibility. I want to be responsible for my life. I have duty to do that. What that then looks like is certain behaviors and qualities that I bring to those behaviors. But then I think having this concept of duty can sort of protect us from all these other intrusions, these things that detract our mind and our energy and our focus and our attention. And then we get led off in different paths, and people are promising this and promising that. And, look how many times you see, you can be a millionaire by doing this 4-step program. And a lot of it, we get caught into it because we think, oh, okay, brilliant. That gives me a process to work to, and it's quick and it's easy, and I'm going to get $1 million or pounds or whatever BS they actually say. But then in the end, we try it, and then it fades away, and we're there frustrated, and then we look for something else. So I've been really thinking this through around concept of duty. What is my duty in the domains of my life? Myself. So self-care, self-protection, health, fitness, well-being, and then myself, my duty to my family. What does that look like? My duty to others, my duty to the community. It's really important. And then start to bring that in. And then act out what you say you're going to do. I think that's the key thing, isn't it? If you're going to say you're going to do something, act it out. It's your duty to act it out. And that will be aligned to your values. So everybody's different. So the last thing I'm definitely not doing is do it this way. You know your values, or don't know your values, or find out what your values are, how you want to live. And then add the concept of duty on it, and then keep that for the rest of your life. Use that as a foundation. It's my duty to do whatever you decide to do in line with the values and the principles that you want to be. So that's been on my mind really, because I'm just seeing all these quick fix things all the time, and people are getting immersed into it. And then what actually happens is it fails. People get frustrated, they get down, and then they go down another path. And I'm trying to think of some things that can be long-term, have longevity to the way we want to be, because let's be honest, life is, quite same sometimes, isn't it? Different day, same old things, different day, same old things. And then we look for these things, whatever it is, for a feeling or a path, but actually have we really got the foundations right? And then so how do we then do that? So I don't know, maybe the concept of duty might be things to consider. And again, just get your pad out. Okay, what is my duty to myself? What is my duty to my family? What is my duty to others? What is my duty to the community or the world that we live in? Start to write those down, and then you see those key actions and behaviours, and then basically act out what you say you're going to do. And it's as easy as that, or as hard as that, because easy isn't easy, is it? Because it's then a consistent approach, and then take that personal ownership of that. Anyway, that's my ramblings. I hope you have a great day. Something to consider, something to think through, especially if you just seem to be drifting day by day and start thinking about what's it all about, what's the reasonings, etc. And you want to start to formulate some structure and bring some order. Maybe the concept of duty might help. Start to bring it into a plan and then just start to live it. And then, you might have to endure those uncomfortable things. Let's be honest, these things might bring inconvenience to you or uncomfortable feelings. But if it's your duty to live that way and it's your guiding principle, then that might help you overcome these things that we face sometimes. This inconvenience, this uncomfortable feelings. It might help you because it's your duty to do that. And then you keep it to yourself. I mean, you want to share it, that's great, but I think keeping this to yourself is really important, because then you're living by the values and the principles you live by, because it's your duty. Anyway, look, I hope that helps in some way. I'm rambling on. Have a great one, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon, because there's a lot going on in there. I just need to try and bring it together so I can articulate it in a way that helps others think differently. Like I said, I'm not making any judgments, comparisons, or telling you what to do. I just really want to maybe to think about this concept of duty, and hopefully that might help. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Take care.